Would you please stand to the pledge of the flag?
Pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States. Let the records reflect that all members are here, one way or another. Jim, Bill, Bill?
Yep.
You good? Jim, you good?
Yep, I'm good.
All right. Commission members should have received the minutes for is that correct?
June 30th.
Should be June the 30th. Is there any corrections and additions since I was unable to make that meeting?
I did not get a copy of the minutes.
We didn't either.
Okay, Bill. You make that a motion, Bill?
No, I'm sorry. I was,
I'm looking for a
Yeah.
motion for approval.
I move we accept the minutes from last month.
May the 20, June the 30th.
June 30.
June 30th.
Yeah.
Okay, is there a second to that?
Second.
I'll second.
Okay, second by Bill. Any further discussion? All those in favor of approval signify by saying aye.
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 Gotcha, Bill. Those, okay. Carrie, thank you.
I was gonna say.
I was watching for the thumbs.
I'll be really still.
Actually, I was waiting for Jim, but we're good. We're good for that. Okay. Delegating action items. Request for concept approval for City of Taneytown Public Work Facility on Allendale Lane. Jim, you want to lead us off on that since,
Sure, and I think I caught a glimpse of the gallery that,
yes.
okay, so, yeah, it looks like we have Kyle and Corey there, I think, but, okay. So last month, we did the presentation of the public work facility proposed for Allendale Lane. While the plan is far more detailed than we're used to for a concept plan, we are here asking for concept plan approval this evening. So even though you've probably already seen some review letters, this is just concept approval. So, and also I will put a plug in that this is another one of those projects that with there being subdivision plan or no new street created for the project, we can go right from concept to final on this one. And if the commission is willing to do that, we could also make that part of the decision. But tonight we're mostly for concept approval. And
Basically,
a question last week, the folks from Morton Building address anything at least specific to the building.
all right.
I was gonna say, I've got questions, but not necessarily for y'all.
All right. Please, go ahead, Harry.
What, can I get a definition of what, if we approve the concept, what does that mean for the process and everything else?
That means they can move forward
Okay.
with funding, obtaining funding. Jim, you want to pick up here?
Sure. Concept approval is just letting the plans move through the process. It doesn't obligate the city to actually build it. I know there's been a lot of concern with the current council and the proposed cost of the facility. But we have already paid for the design, so we may as well get it through the process at least.
How long will this last? I mean, is it for 5 years or 1 year or how long?
The approval on the concept plan will last for, was it 1 year with an extension?
Right, so as long as we are back with the preliminary plan within a year, and really what's been done is essentially a preliminary plan already. But concept approval is good for a year. Within that year, the developer has to submit the preliminary plan.
Does that answer your question,
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out that like he said, there is, that I would hazard to say little to no chance of it getting through as it is at the moment, at the council level. But,
Our responsibility is the concept plan approval.
Okay.
As
Yeah,
far as,
no,
as far
that's-
as what the council decides.
I was gonna say, yeah, because there hasn't been any money allotted or anything at the moment, other than what's done for now.
But if I,
Go ahead, Bill.
but if I understand what Harry was saying, is if we approve the concept, it just gets you to the next step or to look into funding and everything else, right, Jim? Is that how that,
So the city has already contracted the design of the site.
okay,
So whether the construction gets funded is the big question. So we are already in the midst of the site development plan process, but the current council has a lot of questions about funding, and as Harry
Sure.
indicated, there's really little appetite right now to fund the project. So what we'll need to do at the city level eventually is determine if we come back to the planning commission seeking final approval before we have before we have funding approval or not. Because we don't want to get final site plan approval and then have council not fund the project and then we lose our approval after a year. So we have a lot of conversations to have at the level of the mayor and council.
okay, thanks.
Any other comments or questions?
Just, yeah, so when I read the Magic Bible here, so it says that, we get the plan presented to us, that happened last week.
Month.
Then it says the zoning administrator will complete a study and at this meeting, the zoning administrator will present that study for us to review. And then with that information, we will better to, we may vote on the approval of the proposed concept plan. So I guess what you just told us, is that the zoning administrator study?
That's all I've got at this point.
Okay,
Were I able to dedicate the time to the zoning position, you would get a written report.
okay, yeah, and that's fine
the-
with me.
It would talk about the zoning, the proposed use being consistent with the comprehensive plan and within the city's, in this case, city's capital improvement program and things like that.
Right,
Very, very high level, the impact on water and things like that.
right. And so then it says, there's, like 5 items that the commission's supposed to consider. Will create any inadequacy to a street, okay?
The answer to that is no.
Well, inadequacy to a public school, no.
No. The answer to all those, I believe, is no at this point.
Inadequacy to fire protection, I don't know about that, I assume no. Police protection, emergency services, recreation facilities, water facilities, and sewage facilities. So I guess I'm assuming that's a no also.
Correct.
And how's the environmental comprehensive plan, Water County, Carroll County Water and Sewer Master Plan, so we talked about that. And then talks about deeds. So I think according to that,
Basically, the zoning covers most of that.
yeah, so I guess my understanding is that when that happens and when we say, yeah, okay, on the concept plan, then we're supposed to send out copies to the county for review, but I think that's already happened.
That happened way before this happened.
So we didn't follow the order. That's my only point, is we have it written down, but we never really follow it.
Correct.
So, but other than that, I have no issue with the concept.
Okay, any other comments?
I have a comment. under safety because it's on a dead-end road. Have you considered that yet?
Jim, any comments on Allendale Lane? There is a lot of possibilities there, and I'd like to talk about them when we talk about our comp plan. But eventually, originally, I should say, supposed to be connected to the bypass.
You told me 40 years ago we were getting a bypass, and we haven't got one yet.
Still here.
Yeah, we haven't got one yet, so.
Well, as far as safety goes, the issue is that
There's a
you're going to
wreck.
have hazardous materials in the area, and you only have one exit in,
Yes.
so that's,
You have a train going by, something happens, it always carries propane. You have a bad wreck out the entrance. I mean, it's a lot to consider.
You have that on both ends.
On that,
Train-
we're not
train
building
goes
on the other end, we're building out there.
All right. I don't understand your point, but anyway.
And I think they ought to have a couple more parking spaces. I think that's inadequate. Because they have a classroom for 40, they have 10 employees, I think they need some more parking.
Jim, I think you addressed that the last time, or actually, Randy addressed it.
You just can't count on everybody carpooling either.
10 employees.
This
And
is
basi-
the concept.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. We're here to. Any other comments?
sir.
No, sir? Bill?
I'm good.
All right. Motion for or against concept plan approval.
I'll make a motion for to accept the concept plan. I think the plan that we presented addressed all the issues. Other items like safety, we can address at the next level before the preliminary plan.
Is there a second to that?
I second.
Second by Bradley. Any further discussion? Comments from the floor?
Chris Tillman, York Street. Addressing your comment about the dead end, on that dead end street already, you have Craft Mart with, with a lot of wood and a lot of, they have a lot of issues in terms of, combustible items. And you've got that steel shop right there at the corner, and then you've got Rill's shop over on the other side, and all of those things are on the other side of the track and on a dead end. So to single this property out, I don't think does justice to that. And then something else that we may want to consider as we talk about the comprehensive plan is if we put the Public Works building there, is there any thought to connecting Allendale on through to Mill Street? So just something to think about. Thank you.
Or that easement right before 54 Devanian Road. There's an easement going back to the substation. Yes. That's on this side of the track. And it's on this side of the stream. Yes. So there's options there we need to look at when we start looking at the maps.
Yeah, so comment on extending the street makes good sense to me, but your comment, because there's other properties back
Yeah.
there, means this is okay. I don't really agree with that.
Wrongs don't make it right.
All right. All those in favor of the motion approval signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed signify by saying nay. Motion carried. Thank you, folks. Did you have any comments before we move on?
At our last meeting on June 30th, there was a question on the height of the overall height of both
Thank you.
buildings.
Yep, thanks.
I did end up getting those for you. So the main municipal building, that structure to the peak is 30 feet 1 inch. The salt barn on top of the poured wall, the overall height is 36 feet 2 inches.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Not a problem.
Before or when we meet again, we may have the option to go from this stage to final. And that, as far as I'm concerned, that's gonna all depend on if all the questions has been answered from the county and the other agents. Jim, you okay with that?
Yep.
Thank you,
Alright.
folks.
Thank you, guys.
Next item on the agenda is the Board of Appeals case 2025-23-1125 Commerce Street variance. Jim, you want to
Sure.
fill us in? Start with, is this R 6000,
I believe it's our 7,500.
7,500.
7,500?
Yeah.
Okay.
So corner lots get a double front yard requirement. So this would require this corner lot that's on the corner of Reverton and Commerce Street to have basically two 35-foot setbacks, one from Commerce and one from Reverton. So when you think about our standard setbacks in the district, the front yard requirement is 35 feet. So you need to have the house set 35 feet back from, say, Commerce Street. If you then also had to set it 35 feet back from Reverton, and you also have to allow for a 10-foot side yard setback, you're left with 5 feet to build your house. So these lots were created in, I believe, the 1920s, long before the R7500 district was created. And this area was carved up into a lot of 25-foot wide lots. Many of those have been replatted over the years. For example, Maryland Avenue and much of Reverton Street and Ridge Avenue. But there still were handfuls of lots that were not replatted with those subdivisions. And this is the last couple of those lots, I believe. You may recall we had a hearing for some lots on Ridge Avenue not long ago where they had 4 25-foot lots and they wanted to combine 4 of them into 2 50-foot wide lots. But again, that still didn't meet the minimum square footage, so they had to go to the Board of Appeals. This is 2 more lots kind of like that. But in this, they have that front yard requirement. So by reducing the equivalent front yard from 35 feet to 10 feet, it gives them the ability to build a house, say facing Commerce Street. So it would be 35 feet back from Commerce Street and then have a 10-foot side yard on either side instead of a 35-foot side yard on the Reverton side.
So the setback they're asking for is on the Reverton side, right?
Yes,
That's
To
what I
go-
thought. Yep. Okay.
To go from 35 to 10, is that what,
yes.
okay.
I thought I read in there something about a driveway.
Yeah, they want a driveway too. So the house is going to face Commerce Street, correct?
That would be my assumption with the way just the proportion of the lots. I don't see how it can work otherwise. If you were to reduce the setback from 35 to 10 on Commerce and have the house face Reverton,
You're not
you
gonna-
still have a 35-foot setback, and then you've got a 25-foot rear yard setback, and you've only got 50 feet to work with. So it just doesn't fit that way.
Yeah,
So if we go,
So the way that the code specifies when asking for a variance, it's supposed to be the minimum variance that you can request to meet the needs to develop the property or to build what you're trying to build. And you can't have brought the hardship on yourself, that sort of a thing. So again, lots being existing long before our zoning did. The minimum variance would be to reduce that Reverton double front yard requirement from 35 feet down to 10. That would let you build a house similar to the one, maybe not as big, but facing Commerce Street, a 10-foot side yard on either side. And, it would probably be oriented to be a deeper house than wide, but I would anticipate it facing Commerce Street.
That would be a 35-foot setback from Commerce Street, right?
Yes.
But
Yes.
the house next to it is 22 feet back. I think all the houses down there are in line at roughly 22 feet. Their house would be set back from the rest of the
But it's
property.
also a corner, so.
I know, so
Yeah.
that corner makes it difficult one way or the other. I just want to call to your attention that it will not be in line with the rest of the residents. That's not what they're asking for.
Right.
Comments?
We can certainly share with the Board of Zoning Appeals that the commission observed adhering to the 35-foot front yard setback would not match the other homes along Commerce Street. And they may wish to take other action, and we can certainly contact the lot owners before the hearing.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
So you're saying, we want to face Commerce Street, we want it lined up with, the other houses,
Yes.
and the distance to the side street on Reverton could be as low as 10
Yes.
foot. So the question I have is, what did they say about the driveway?
Just that they're going to propose a driveway, but I guess the driveway is going to, well,
It would be,
doesn't necessarily have to face Commerce Street.
right, you won't better put it on either side of the house, right? So maybe they need to be 35 foot so they can park in front of the house.
What are the rest of them doing down there?
You know, I really didn't notice the vehicles, how they were parked.
I think they park on the street.
Yeah, there was a lot on the street, and I don't remember if they had any garages on there.
A lot of those houses, there is no parking. Driveway there, beside a couple of them.
So
In the front?
it currently requires any new dwelling to have 3 off-street parking spaces.
Well, I mean, some of the houses at the other end don't have that. You know,
Right.
Tom Morrison parked on the side, then the next house up, there was no parking, and the next house up, Derek had to put in a driveway because there never was one there. So a lot of those houses, I don't think have parking. Yeah. So I guess for me, I'd like to know about the parking before I made a recommendation as to, because if they're going to park in front of the house, I don't think 22 foot is really what we want to say.
So I was
the
trying to
house-
remember if there's sidewalks there.
Yeah, there is a sidewalk.
Both sides of this road?
Well, it's on Google
Both-
Maps anyway. There's no sidewalk. There's a sidewalk in front of the house beside it.
Beside it, yes.
They'll be required to put a sidewalk in when they build the house. That's part of our use and occupancy inspection.
All right.
They have a sidewalk
Gotcha.
there.
Yeah.
Just a quick thought on parking. They could have a driveway off Reverton Avenue, even though the house faces Commerce Street. However, addressing the property might be a problem then because the county emergency services likes the property address to be for the street where the vehicular access is. So if the driveway is on Reverton, county emergency services would prefer the house address to be Reverton, even though the front of the house might face Commerce Street.
Right.
And we have that situation with corner lots scattered around the city, that because the driveway is on one street, even though the house faces a different street, the street address is what you would consider the side yard in some cases.
And just as if this is to scale, the house next door is 35 feet back. It's not 22. So,
If it's about scale?
So if this drawing is to any kind of scale, at least to itself, then it should be about 35 feet back. So it, well, you have a convenient 25-foot markings in the lot there. You can just
Okay.
kind of put that and come up with about 35 foot. So yeah, I think 35 is going to put it right in the realm with everybody else. So
So the bottom line for me, I'm okay with 35 off of Commerce Street and 10 off the side for me.
yeah,
That's what they're asking for.
that's what they're asking for. So
All right, make it a motion.
I'll move.
So this is a recommendation for the,
Recommendation for the Board of Appeals.
So the
That
motion
work-
is to make a positive recommendation to the board.
Correct.
Well, as soon as I make this vote, all those in favor of a positive recommendation to the Board of Appeals, signify by saying aye.
Technically need a second, but
We did second
You
it. One of
second?
you first and one of you seconded.
okay,
So we have the first
Sounds
and
good.
second.
okay, we're good.
So all in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Opposed? Nay? It's carried. Bill, I didn't see you on your, Thumbs
got
up.
knocked off. I got knocked off of there, but I'm good.
okay.
Who made the motion and who seconded?
Be first, I'll be
Harry
second.
made the motion
I'll be second.
and Mars seconded.
Thank you.
And do we know when the Board of Appeals meeting is? Has that been scheduled?
I want to say it is August 27th.
Ordinance and agreement for reviews, none. Jim, your comments?
It is the 27th. I just wanted to double check that
Okay,
for the Board of Appeals. Okay.
and 7:30, right?
Yes, correct. Okay, let's see, not a whole lot new. On the zoning front, I guess the only thing of note is some ongoing activity with the Mountain Brook Farm project in terms of conversations about crossing the flip-through property for the bypass. The mayor and I will be meeting with the developer and their attorney the first week in August. I have the date right up in front of me. But the idea is to make a presentation to FlowServe's management team to try to convince them to grant an easement across their property. And they have asked for a number of things in consideration of granting easement, most of which have to do with things that would benefit their employees. So it looks like they're still considering giving it to us with some, perhaps not direct monetary compensation, but with the developer and or the city doing some things that would be beneficial to their employees. They are also for us to consider some updates to our zoning code that might allow something more of an employment type campus within the restricted industrial. Again, going back to that idea of doing something for their employees, the idea of having a daycare center proximate to the employment center of, close to Flipster for the employees is something that was discussed. Also, the idea of ensuring that solar panels will be used on the undeveloped part of their site to help offset the power that FlowServe uses was discussed. So they're looking for some things that would be beneficial for their employees, and also some flexibility in our zoning considerations for their use of the remainder of the property. So we kind of need to put together some, I'll say, points closer to the management team, and hopefully we will be meeting with them next month or two in hopes of securing an easement across the Flowserve property. So until that happens, they're not moving that project forward. And that's really the only update that I've got for you all this month.
Hey, hey, Jim,
Yeah.
it's been on my mind for a while. Who's helping us on a legal standpoint on this stuff? Since Jay has left, just asking, it's been on my mind. I think it's, the other people who have been been wondering too. I mean, Jay did a lot for us, and what are we doing with it? I mean,
So eventually the mayor will nominate a firm or individual to be the city attorney. In the meantime, Mr. Gallo has agreed to
okay,
work with us as our special counsel on specific projects that I ask him to work on. So he's still in the picture and he's still involved with some of our ongoing projects, but he is not officially the city attorney at this point.
understand. It's just been certain things as this project here. I think there's some guidance that he was doing a lot behind the scenes, and I think we should have someone, because we're not lawyers and nobody, so we don't want to stub our toe on anything. That would be my concern. So that's good news that Jay's gonna help us out. Great, thanks.
And I think we're moving in the right direction, but at least you have a meeting now scheduled.
Yeah,
So there is movement, which is good.
Yeah. Everything's taking a good bit longer at this point, but we're trying not to drop any of the balls.
Does that conclude your project comments?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Anything from Tiffany? She didn't come on, so does she send anything up?
She did touch base last week. She said there's really nothing particularly notable to share with you guys this month.
I guess I'm not hearing anything else. Move on to old business, the comp plan, our last meeting we had. Comments on that?
A spirited discussion was had by all.
Might have been some tension there.
I didn't get to watch it yet. I mean, the section on the housing, I mean, do we like approve it to move on, or is there?
There was a lot of changes made in, well, not a lot, but there was a few. I guess we'll talk about that at our next meeting.
Okay.
They did seem to incorporate pretty much everything that we had said the prior time when housing came up.
Go ahead, Harry. Tell us about the punchline. Tell him about the punchline.
Which punchline? I had a couple.
The brick and the mortar.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, I put in there about a brick and mortar with a 1 acre lot.
That's
But
because that was a lot of
that's because he
comments
wasn't
we got
here, so
back.
I filled in for him. But no, I was gonna say, I think the more of the discussion was happened on the other side, the municipal side.
Right?
I did get a copy of the online version, but I haven't opened it up yet, so thanks for that, but I haven't opened the link yet.
You're gonna have to do it in sections. You're gonna have to schedule it in sections.
There's a lot to read.
A little light reading.
In old business? In the other business? Comments from the floor? Comp plan meeting is August 19th. 25th. Motion for adjournment.
Adjourn.
Motion made by Bradley for adjourn,
Second.
seconded.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
I need a second from someone else.
I'll I'll second.
seconded by Bill. Further discussion? All those in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. It's carried. Thank you, Bill. Thanks, Jim. Enjoy your vacation, Jim.
Great. See you guys.
See ya.